So by fake drivers, I mean those people who don't have proper documentation. I hope most people know by now that in order to do Uber Black in California, especially in LA, you have to have the car that is registered commercially. So you have commercial registration and you have commercial plates. Then you get commercial insurance. Then you do TCP. And all those documents are required in order to do Uber Black in California. There are a lot of people who don't have those kind of stuff. And the main problem actually is to get commercial auto loan so that you get commercial registration and then commercial plates. But many people don't go through that process. Maybe there are some people who make mistakes, like thinking that they can get any kind of loan, like a personal auto loan, which is easier to get. Then they think they can just join Uber Black and do Uber Black. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. That's why the whole process is very difficult. And then there are some people who do it illegally. They somehow add a vehicle that does not even qualify for Uber Black, or the vehicle that is not commercially registered, doesn't have commercial insurance, doesn't have TCP, doesn't have any documentation. They somehow add them into their Uber fleet and then charge every week around $150 to $200 from the guy who wants to drive Uber Black. And just imagine, I heard that there was some guy who had around 90 people and 90 cars like this joined into his fleet account. Just imagine 90 cars, let's calculate, 90 cars multiplied by 150 a week, let's say, $13,500, and then multiplied by 4, it is $54,000. So that guy with his Uber fleet account that added 90 other cars, he makes around $54,000. That's unbelievable. And those kind of fleet owners, they don't care about what kind of car it is. It could be Lexus ES, which does not qualify for Uber Black. It could be white BMW X5, which does not qualify for Uber Black. It might be Lexus GX, white, and interior could be any kind of color. So basically, they don't care what kind of car it is. They don't care what kind of color the car is. They somehow add them into their fleet, and those people who own those cars, they just go out and do Uber Black. Passengers, they don't understand this. That's why they don't really care probably, and they cannot actually report to Uber because they don't understand. They ordered Uber Black, pretty good car came and they did the job. That's why many illegal drivers who went through the whole process, who have all those documents, they are getting less rides because of those illegal drivers. That's why many people wanted to strike and actually did strikes at the Uber hubs and explained them, told them everything. And thankfully, by now, they are deactivating those kind of people who are doing it illegally. In the last week, there were probably around a few hundred people who were deactivated from the Uber. And not only those drivers who don't have a proper car to drive Uber Black, but Uber fleet owners, their accounts also got deactivated. This is thanks to every legal Uber driver who wrote messages, who sent emails, who went for a strike at the Uber hub. A month ago, I went to the Uber hub because of my driver license expiring, and when I talked with that guy, he said that now we understand. Now we are telling the headquarters of Uber that in California, if someone wants to add his vehicle and the number and the plate number is not commercial, it is fake. So delete those. This is one criteria that they started deactivating those accounts who add this kind of cars. And by now they deactivated many people, and actually I'm happy for it, because those kind of illegal drivers, they took all those rides from legal drivers. And not only that, the last month, I think maybe last 2 months, I've been talking with people who drive Uber Black, and they witnessed a weird thing, that especially Chinese drivers, they somehow hacked the system, and they only get those rides that are 150 and above. And I will read a message that a legit Uber Black fleet owner texted here. Just confirmed from a legit Chinese driver that he got offered to buy the app for $20,000 from his people. He was telling me that they are making $8,000 a week. It's legit. They programmed app and Uber again on their phone where they only get trips above 150 and they can skip airport queue. Uber need to patch the freaking app and fix it again. And the main problem for those kind of people, they skip airport queue, and every time they are at the airport queue, they get a ride, and especially with the special hacked app that they get 150 plus. Here's a guy that opened his Uber Black account 1 month ago and has 465 trips. Can you just imagine? 465 trips in 1 month. If we divide 465 we divide it by 30 days a month, like 15 rides. 15 rides a day, every single day. That's unbelievable. That's almost impossible. And the problem for those people who used to drive illegally is that for sure their car is under personal loan, and right now, let's say the fleet owner account got deactivated. If their account is not deactivated yet, they could still go through the whole process legally and start driving for Uber Black. But the main problem there is that their car is under a personal auto loan. With a personal auto loan, they cannot get commercial registration, so the whole process is impossible. That's why the first thing that they have to fix is to change their personal auto loan into commercial auto loan, so that they get all those important documents to start doing it. And I heard that some people even stopped driving and they got another job in order to pay for their cars. And I'm sure all those drivers who got deactivated from the Uber, they joined Lyft, because Lyft, the criteria is a lot lower. And I don't know if there are any Lyft rides, believe it or not, but it looks like those kind of illegal drivers, they are even in my Telegram group where Uber Black drivers, they join to talk about everything. And here's a screenshot of those people who are kind of mad that legal Uber drivers, they reported to the Uber and their accounts got deactivated. If there is anyone who was driving illegally, let's say, or fake drivers with no documents, and their account got deactivated, or their fleet owner's account got deactivated and they cannot drive for Uber Black, if you have anything to say, leave in the comments below. It will be very interesting to read your side.